As far as the rankings concerned, I am truly excited for our players and our team. I mean, the program, the families. I am. To be able to have that recognition for these guys, they've worked so hard, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. Their dedication, their commitment to this program has been just incredible, what they've meant to me and Penn State in general. So I think it's really cool, and we're going to enjoy it today. And I think they should. It's like winning a game. We haven't been there since 1996. That's a long time. It's a lot of games, and it's so it's something to cherish for today. But I truly believe we haven't hit on all cylinders yet. So I'm excited what we can get out of this team still, because we really haven't played our best basketball. So the ranking's awesome. Happy for the players. Happy for the staff. Thankful to the leadership here, but there's a lot more games left. And congrats to Lamar, Player of the Week. Let's pick.
We'll just parlay that. What does your best look like?
I think a little of Georgetown. I think the way we played Georgetown, I thought we defended really well. I thought we shared the ball. I thought we rebounded a little bit better in certain games. Again, I always, sorry Nate, but I always equate it to golf, right? You're getting off the tee, but you can't putt. You're putting great, but you can't get off the tee. So there's always one thing, and I think as I look back to the Ohio State game, they were hitting on all cylinders. I mean, I don't know if they can play much better than that defensively and offensively. And when I look at my team and who we play, we've had obviously the net 18, which is really important moving forward. I look forward to hitting on all, making good open shots, getting tough stops, and finishing the play with great rebounds. To me, that's where we got to get to by late February, early March.
And then for the net, what does that say about the scheduling philosophy that you guys implemented this year? I mean, and I think you basically did the same thing last year. But
yeah, last year we had the same thing, and we finished 49th in the net, but we were upside down. But I think the model is correct. I think the philosophy is right. We've gone out and played some tough teams. We've gone on the road and played a tough team. And the Big Ten's really going to help us. Man, is this league wild this year. It's crazy. I looked at the standings this morning, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. And that's the way it's going to be. But I have a short-term memory this year in the Big Ten.
The university really stuck behind you in the athletic department through some ups and downs. What does this kind of mean to you that they did that and now you are where you are?
Yeah, I don't want to say validation because there's 20 games left, or affirmation, maybe a better word. I think they saw the inner workings of our program and the culture that we have. I think they saw the practices, the film sessions, and the academic piece of it. And I think they thought I was doing a really good job, and we were close. We were always close, right? We were so close. We were last year, possession here or there, a rebound here and there, a free throw here and there, and it just didn't flip. Now I think we're bearing the fruits of all that hard work and labor.
And you mentioned, is this almost like a big win in that it's like enjoy it tonight, but then don't let this be a destination, let it be part of the journey?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Mark. That's a great way to put it too. And I've texted my staff. I just got off the phone with Lamar, and I just said, this is great. Really enjoy this today. Embrace this. We haven't been here in a long time, and specifically him and his tenure here. So enjoy this. And tell your teammates to enjoy it. That doesn't mean go out, you got to do well on your exams. But then we come back tomorrow. It's over, it's behind us. And now the script has flipped. We were the hunters. Anybody in top 25 is the hunted. So things are a little different now.
And to this point of the season, what could you tell us about the way Lamar has adapted to this particular team? Because it seems like you're able to, he's had to adjust his game, and he's been comfortable doing so.
Yeah, I was looking at his assist-to-turnover ratio. Last year I think it was really upside down, and this year it's very close, which means he trusts the guys on the floor. He's making that extra pass. Look, Brockington almost hit the same exact shot, Maryland and Alabama, but Lamar jump stops and makes the pass. I don't know if he's passing that last year. I'm not so sure. I think he trusts his teammate. What was he averaging? Almost 20 last year? He's down to 16 point whatever. So he understands it's not about him scoring all the time, but it is about him defending. I thought his on-ball defense was fantastic. His rebounding, some of his blocks were just as angry as I've ever seen. He tried to take the air out of the ball, which started a transition offense for us. I thought the way he played, specifically in that last 8 minutes, man, if we could bottle that up for 30 every single night, we're going to have a real chance to be the best team we can be by the end of the year, whatever that is.
You only have 2 games for the rest of the calendar.
Yeah.
How important, though, is development, I guess, over these next couple of weeks? And can you just maybe lay out what a rough outline of your plan there?
Yeah, it's a good question. So today we did individuals. Let's just get some shots up. Plus, when you're in exam mode, sometimes to relieve some stress, nice to just come in for 30 minutes. That's it. 30 minutes, get shots up, back to studying, back to doing what you need to do for our academic counseling for yourself. Tomorrow we'll go an hour, 60 minutes as a full team, but we're going to try to get better. There's definitely some weaknesses there. Middle ball screen is still a problem. I don't want to switch it all the time. Our rotation's got to tighten up. Offensive rebounding's got to tighten up. I think we had 16 turnovers. Was it 16? Yeah. Right? 16? It was too many. All right, let's just put it that way. 14 to 16 turnovers. So there's some things we got to work on in practice by going up and down to make sure that we're making the simple play, not the Sports Center top 10 play. Let's just make the simple play and make sure we get to 2 points or at least get to the free throw line. So there's some things there that we need to adjust, and on the defense. So let's work on our weaknesses. We'll have a cleanup day Wednesday. Obviously, start preparing for a game on Friday. Give them some time off during Christmas, 4 or 5 days. But then you got Cornell, and Ivy League scares me. I sat next to Tommy Amaker yesterday recruiting. That league is crazy. Yale was terrific. Harvard's terrific. Penn's terrific. They all got upset wins. So we got to be ready to compete every single night. But we need the mindset of growth mindset. Continue to get better.
When I was looking back at Saturday's game, I noticed MJ had 17 points. I'm not even sure that we mentioned him in the post-game press conference. How did it get to a point where he goes from a freshman that's kind of playing here and there to now he's just kind of getting 12, 15, 17 a night?
I think his development has come from some film watching. I also think it's come from getting in the gym extra. I think it's the weight room. He's still got a long way to go to be a complete player. Defensively, he's got work to do. Offensively, he's still working on making better decisions. But, man, he is shooting the ball with great confidence. And we have great belief in him. Look, we drew up plays for him as well as Lamar in the last 4 minutes. I mean, that should tell you something.
And you guys started off shooting the ball pretty well this season, and we know that you're a team that's going to continue to shoot the three, but that's kind of fallen off a little bit over the past few games. Is that the ebb and flow of the season? Is that not getting looks? What can you attribute that to?
I think it's the ebb and flow of the season. I think it's the mental conditioning aspect of it when certain guys aren't making shots. Now they're questioning, it looks like a golf hole. And when I'm trying to give them the confidence to shoot the ball at a high level, I think Miles, the last 2 games, shot the ball better. But we know he can shoot it much better than he is right now. Curtis only played 4 minutes against Maryland, comes out and does a great job for us because you watch him in practice. He wasn't happy that he didn't play, but it wasn't outwardly unhappy. He went out and proved, I've earned my minutes. I'm going to prove it to you again. He went out and had great practices, and he shot the ball well. So I knew that Curtis would play big in this Alabama game, and my hunch was, our staff and I, the hunch was correct.
What was your reaction when you found out you guys are ranked not only the people but at size 19 or 18, in the net rankings? And then what does this mean for you personally? I know you mentioned the affirmation and you feel great for the families, but what does it mean for you personally after everything you've been through here?
You know what? It's all about staying the course. A great woman texted me this morning, which I would have to beep out some things, but the persistency that we have here as a staff and as the leader of the men's basketball program. We don't get down. Obviously, after the game, if we lose, sure, you're going to be upset for a little bit. But we come back with a great attitude the next day, knowing that we got to work harder. We got to continue to show up and try to do it the right way, and that's what we've done. So when I first received the news, there was some joy. There's no doubt. There was a smile, like, wow, we're being recognized finally that we are one of the best teams as of today in the country, and that's great to see, great to witness, great to hear. And I shared a nice text with my staff to let them know I was proud of them for everything they've done. But there's a lot more work to do, as you know. But today, this very minute, we're gonna be happy about it. And we're gonna embrace it, and we're gonna enjoy it. Tomorrow, we're back to work because we know how hard this next 20 games is gonna be.
Coach, is there a moment or a story you'd like to share that kind of describes how this team is different from last year or the previous years that maybe you realize that you guys can take this next step?
Wow. I go back to that retreat. I know you're probably looking for a game, but I'm going to go back to the retreat in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. The cohesiveness, the atmosphere, the connectivity, the love was so genuine and authentic. It was so powerful. And I don't want to be too dramatic, but it really was. Like, we had a Navy SEAL come in. He's fantastic, Mark McGinnis, and we learned so much in that segment. But we said, okay, you guys can go to the beach, you can go to the wave runners, you can do whatever. And they said, no, we want to sit here. We want to sit here. And I had nothing to do with it. I said, okay, cool. We left. I was with the commander, Mark McGinnis, for at least an hour. I came back, they were still in there, on their own. And that, to me, I had a feeling or a hunch that we might have something special here. You don't know until you start playing games. You don't know until you see who gets the minutes, too. When you divvy up the minutes, people go sideways. But I think that love, that connection, that genuine care for one another, I think you're seeing shine through. Hence, Ole Miss, disaster, come back, beat Syracuse. Like, I know Syracuse is having a tough season. It doesn't matter. We're in New York. We're kind of reeling a little bit, and that connection, that love brought us through. Ohio State, we haven't lost by 30 in 4 years. Come back and beat Maryland, top 5 team in the country, in a convincing way. I think that shows you. I'm not sure that would happen in years past. Not to say we weren't connected, not to say there wasn't love, there was, but I think there's a deeper love for one another in that locker room than ever before.
So in this little span, what are some areas that maybe you're focusing on that you have a chance to take a step back, take a deep breath, and look toward the next portion of the
Yeah,
schedule?
Mark, awesome question. You know what I did when I woke up? I hit one of the GAs. I said, I need this information, and I need it real quick. I wanted to see where our ball screen defense was ranked in the country. I just feel like it's not where it needs to be, or it could be. To be a great team or to take the next step in our evolution here, we need to tighten up some things. We need to be more disciplined in certain areas. I'll start with defense first. Our ball screen defense needs to get better. The ball handler, we're doing a great job of. The pop guy, Wesson, for example, not doing a great job. So we got to clean that up somehow, some way. So we got to come up with some solutions there. That's one. Offensively, I think there could be more space out there. I think we're bunched up sometimes. I think we could be in our corners. We could be more sideline. Mike's got to roll a little bit harder. We got to set screens. Cutter's got to use screen. So there's more development or execution that needs to be done. And again, I go back to discipline. We're working on it. Ferry and I are working on the offensive end. Ergo and I are working on the defensive end. We are brainstorming often about what tweaks we can make to get us better. Now, I don't want to totally change everything because what we're doing right now is working. But I do think there needs to be a tweak here and there. We can't just be satisfied on what we're doing. And offensive rebounding. We're going to do a better job of keeping guys off the glass. Anything else?
Pat, you mentioned the cohesiveness of this team and the connection, but at the same time, next week, we'll give them a couple days off for Christmas. Is it weird coming back after that and taking some time off from one another? And how do you get them back into the game situation for Cornell a few days later?
Yeah, that's up to us. And that's up to their mental conditioning. Again, guys, look, I'm looking at the Big Ten right now. If you don't have incredible mental toughness or mental fitness, however you want to say it, to compete every day in practice, to get better every day in practice, because on any given night, somebody in the Big Ten, there's going to be upsets, there's going to be wins. It's just Nebraska beating Purdue, last night Minnesota beating Ohio State. I mean, as soon as Christmas is over, I want them to enjoy that. Spend time with your families. It's a great time of year. But once we get back to campus, once we get in between those lines, we got to be ready to get better. We got to be ready to compete because things are different now. We have flipped the script. So we got to be ready to continue that process of getting better. I thought we were done.
I know, just one more. It seems like, the home away, particularly in the Big Ten, has been important, and you guys have won how many in a row at home? 10? 11. Do you feel like you're starting to, in this building, have some type of home court?
Nate, I appreciate you. I think the reason I'm saying that is because I think the students have made the difference. I think we've had a home court advantage our last 2 games for sure. It was extremely loud. Now we started off slow. There's nothing real cheer about. But then when we started to make our run, it was really loud, and we need that home court advantage. I mean, they've been coming out. They do believe in us. I really believe that. Over the last 3 years, our ticket sales have been great. Now they're coming to games. They believe in what we're doing. They believe in this group. And what's Lamar got 12 home games left? Mike and Lamar, Curtis, they got 12 or 11 home games left, something like that. If you don't come out and see one of the greatest, front courts in Penn State history, if not the Big Ten, then you're missing out. So come out, support us here Friday and support us here after Christmas. Great Christmas gift. And then we'll see you at the Palestra in Philadelphia. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.